Hello everybody, boys, girls, ladies, gentlemen, dudes, dudettes, Albina Baklykova, Sergey Baklykov. You're watching Baklykov Live, and today, at the 28th of April 2023, we came back again to Veliky Novgorod, Novgorod The Great. Don't mess it up with another town which is called Novgorod Nizhny Novgorod. It's like a lower Novgorod. Novgorod, the first real capital of old Russia, the place where exactly came Rurik. Rurik, who founded Russia, the states of Russia and old Russia, and who started a great dynasty of the rulers of Russia. Let me remind you that the dynasty of Ruriks existed in Russia for 700 years. Then there was also the dynasty of Romanovs, which is ruled Russia for 300 years. Okay, so we are beginning traditionally from the railway station of Novgorod, Veliky Novgorod, also by the way known as Novgorod on Volkhov, because it is literally located on both banks of Volkhov River. And here we're beginning from the square where here is the monument to Alexander Nevsky, Prince Alexander Nevsky, Prince of Novgorod, Prince of Novgorod lands. You know, today we have started our way, well, if you watched the live stream just before, when I was driving all the way from St. Petersburg to Novgorod, it was 191 kilometers ride from the center of St. Petersburg here to the center of Novgorod. Well, and you saw that we started our way in St. Petersburg, now technically what is called Leningrad, then Leningrad region. Then we've got on the territory of Novgorod region, so means the region around, the area around Novgorod. But you know, back in the days, in 12th, 13th century, what is now the Leningrad region, where is now St. Petersburg, it was all the Novgorod lands. In fact, in its best years, the territory of Novgorod land was like from nowadays borders with Baltics and all the way until the Urals. Yes. Also here is the bus station right next to the railway station. By the way, another pretty great idea of where you could come. Where you could come from St. Petersburg for just a one-day trip. It's about like 3 hours ride by train and by bus, and you're coming here, and that's it. And again, same as in Vyborg, it's pretty comfortable to begin the walk, because look, no matter you're coming to the bus station or you're coming to the railway station, look, all you need is just to go straight forwards, okay, through this boulevard, without any, you know, turns, and you will stuck into the Novgorod Kremlin. Whoa, look at the trees. The trees little by little already blooming. Wow. But give it 1, maximum 2 more weeks, and it will be absolutely beautiful. Anastasia, Solik Sausage, Stacy O'Shield, Shelly Vasquez, Dimitris Z, Goodfella, Gina Skinner, Joe O'Hara, Stacy O'Shields, Goodfella, Anastasia, I'm glad to see you all. Ural Vagon Zavod. Hey guys, welcome back for another walk in Novgorod. And look, I see everywhere now they are making the renewal of the traffic lights. Now they have such a thin LED traffic lights, such a LED panels. They are thin. You see that? It's now just a thin LED panel. Awesome. So this is Voskresensky Boulevard. Voskresensky Boulevard. It's really picturesque here. So you see, just from the railway station, you go straight forwards. You go straight forwards, and if you will not turning anywhere, you will stuck into the Kremlin, Novgorod Kremlin, one of the oldest Kremlins in Russia. Kremlin, it literally means the fortress. And there's the park with the monument to Sergei Rachmaninov, because Sergei Rachmaninov, one of the greatest composers of Russia ever. Well, he was not born in Novgorod itself, but he was born in Novgorod region. Well, look, here we can see a lot of, such a Stalinist neoclassical buildings together with some of the Khrushchev buildings. The reason of it is that Novgorod unfortunately was damaged pretty much in the years of World War II. Yes, it was damaged big time. Hello, Nicholas Romanov. Welcome to the lullaby of the state of Russia. And so, for the reason that most of the town was destroyed in the years of World War II, it is now here in the center, mostly rebuilt with Stalinist buildings. Because the recovery of the town was happening right after the war. It's the end of 1940s, the beginning of 1950s, when in the architecture prevailed the Stalinist neoclassicism. Whoa, the rain started, by the way. What the hell? It wasn't the rain, but as soon as I started the stream, the rain started, which is no good. The local youth. Hello, Lana S, Fred L, everybody. Continue joining this stream. It's nice to see already everything green. The last time I was taking you here, if you remember, that was for Christmas. It was like 6th or maybe 5th of January. I remember how I came here, and then I flew to Moscow, and then from Moscow I flew to Novosibirsk. Yeah, was the whole set of, live streams. Veliky Novgorod, Moscow, Novosibirsk. Hello, Janet Skinner. Neil MacDonald. So, Rurik came here to the bank of Volkhov. and was ruling Russia from here. You know, in fact, this town is even 2 years younger, I mean older than Russia, because officially Novgorod was founded in 859, and the state of Russia was founded in 861. No, 861, 62. There's the movie theater called Россия. Россия means Russia. Hello, CD Elia. Hello, Roxani Frolova, Silvana Hori, Lady Alex M. Today we will see the Novgorod Kremlin, the very first Christian cathedral in Russia, Saint Sophia Cathedral, the monument to Millennium of Russia, the Philharmonic named after Sergei Rachmaninoff, of course. So such a square, nice square. I told you many times that I consider Novgorod as a very great town to retire. I'm sure the retired people, older people are feeling pretty good here. It's like most of the time here is absolutely quiet. Absolutely. It's very green. It's a nice air here. Not many cars. Так, я сейчас хочу вот туда пойти. Мы обычно туда не ходим, но сейчас я хочу отсюда пройти. It's becoming windy. I'm thinking to take my external microphone. А что ты хотела? Здесь же, видишь, здесь же потомки варягов. Так что ты хотела?
Я просто за 2 часа в машине так согрелась.
Да?
И когда я вышла из машины...
I'm taking off the microphone. Sean Petty, your camera is awesome, Sergey. Everything's so clear. Well, that's mean Apple making a good cameras for their iPhones. Давай попробуем.
Я так понимаю, взял.
Почему? How can you hear me? It's the rain. and windy. Okay, usually I just used to go straight forwards, but today changing a route a little bit. But anyway, after all, we will come to Kremlin, walking in the rain in the Great Novgorod. Oh yes. And look, it's what we call a blind rain. The rain, while it's so sunny. It's sunny. It's still sunny. The sun is still high. It's sunny, but it's rain. We'll see the rainbow. Альбиночка, привет от Ланы С. Пишет Альбиночка, привет.
Hello, Lana S. Привет.
So I believe historically that was an earthworks. You know what is earthworks? Earthworks to defend the city of Novgorod. So now you can see the historic borders of Novgorod the Great. What time is it in Veliky Novgorod? This is St. Petersburg and Moscow time zone, so it's the same time. There's an old little church of 12 apostles. Look at these young leaves. The leaves are just get out. The couriers everywhere now, delivering the orders to the customers. Sam Eason, thank you for joining the membership of my channel. Joe O'Hara, thank you for gifting the memberships. That's pretty much appreciated. Whoa, 20 memberships, 20 Baklikov Life memberships. Whoa, you see, whoa. And that is this sun now, it's like a God's blessing. Joe O'Hara, I mean, yeah, literally, God's bless you. Here from Veliky Novgorod, from the first real capital of Russia. People loves correcting me that the first capital of Russia was in the town of Ladoga, which is now called Old Ladoga. Technically, yes, but it was only for 2 hours. The thing is, then Rurik moved all the way down the Volkhov River, and the real capital for several centuries was here. The green grass, 12 Apostles Church. And old churches, many churches here, even though the town was pretty much damaged in the years of World War II. However, enough of the historical heritage we have. Really authentic old churches. including one of the most significant Saint Sophia cathedrals, but that is on the territory of Kremlin. Whoa, look at this, 12 Apostles Church. Whoa. Look, the gardeners already started making their work. Hi. Отлично все. Да нет, конечно. The sport palace called Chimik, what means chemist. Дворец спорта. А,
Если бы на какой-то веранде стоять, так там даже не видно.
не, просто надо сказать что-то. All right. Nice old church. You will see a lot of old churches today because you are on a true territory of authentic Russia. Hello, Nancy Estella, Luis Passerino.
Ты немного собрался.
Ну, вообще я и не замерзал. The Soviet classic car, VAZ 2105. It seems like little girl spotted the camera and wants the camera to shoot her. High extreme, high pet trim. Now we will see the monastery, an active monastery. Рождественский. It's like a nativity monastery. It must be right behind the intersection. And that's the department. Fire department, you see those cross cars, cross tracks. In many places here, same as in Vyborg, you don't see any traffic lights because it's very seldom when the traffic is jamming here. Almost never a heavy traffic, maybe just in some peak hours, like maybe 8 o'clock in the morning and like 6, 7 o'clock in the evening. But now here the time is already 7:30. Чего? 11:30. All right, the territory of monastery. I don't know if now I will be able to go through the territory of the monastery, an old monastery here. But we will see. The thing is now, it's the time when often the places like this already closed for visitors. The bell tower. That's already the walls of the Рождественский Nativity Monastery. Okay, normally you would be able to go through. But anyway, now here is the scaffoldings. Okay, let's just take a walk around. That's the monastery. An active monastery. Authentic old Russian monastery. And that's a females monastery. I forgot how you call female monastery, convent, convent, right? Okay, seems like here is the entrance. We can walk through this. The bell tower. Now finally going through the renovation. You see, it's the southern wing, or should I say branch, of the monastery that was built here in 1814, 1812, 1220. Icon, flowers, and here is the ruins of, I guess, one of even older branches of monastery destroyed in the years of World War II. Ronald is Christian Orthodox monk now. Yeah, he told me that now in Abkhazia he wants to become monk. He told me that the religion of Abkhazians are close to paganry, and they are making some rituals there in the woods, and that he want to participate in that. He want to like running around with a drum, with a drum roll and dancing. He's finding that funny. Wooden barrack. Barack, but not Obama. So such a territory of the convent. Nativity convent. Podolsky Lada Life, hello, and thank you for great words. Some graves here. Well, this is what you often can see in the old in the old Russian towns, when the graveyards are located right, the graves are located right on the territory of monasteries. I mean, like the most significant people of monastery, when they die, they are getting buried right on the territory.
Заметил, что с Выборгом здесь южнее и зелени больше?
Да,
Заметил?
да. Albina noticed that being here already more southern than St. Petersburg and especially Vyborg, so everything is more green here. Nice to see the guys are begun the renovation of the bell tower. Little by little, they renovate everything all around Russia. And they are even making the whole walking street here, which I will show you today. Not many cafes and bars there yet, but I believe it's only a question of time, because I was many times an eyewitness of how, when they are bringing the life and things to do to the streets, people immediately become hanging out there. Like, for example, in Ufa, you remember Art Quadrat? Well, when there wasn't Art Quadrat, nobody was hanging out there, because it was just an old, block in the center of Ufa, and that's it. You can shoot horror movies here. Well, you can shoot historic movies here. Uh, 220, if I am not mistaken, 220,000 residents are living in Veliky Novgorod, which is actually not a big city, but not too small town. The really small towns I was taking you was like 9, 15, 20,000 residents. You remember, like I was taking you last year in Murmansk region. Anastasia sent 20 super chats. Thank you so much. And our best wishes to Hungary. Hungarians. Actually, the descendants of Bashkirs who came to the Eastern Europe. Нет. Себя снимал. All right, and now finally we turn in direction of Kremlin. in this building the administration of this city. Atom Bomb, thank you for the super chat. Enjoy Novgorod, enjoy my amazing camera work. Да, Albina marks once again that it's pretty, she said, уютно. It's like cozy here. Oh, да, Москвич, look, it's also Москвич. And that's the real Москвич 412. The real Москвич. And by the way, that's the real Москвич. Completely designs, develops, builds on Москвич factory. Да уж. Вот the administration of the town of Veliky Novgorod. You see now, I see only 3 cars. So it's Friday night. Yes, it's Friday night. So they all are left. They all are left for a weekend. The Vlasy Church on Vlasy Street. Нет, сейчас мы вот, Мария, мы же обычно шли прямо, а вот сейчас представь, что мы ушли немножко вправо и опять идем прямо. И в итоге сейчас опять налево, то есть огибаем и сейчас выйдем к Кремлю. Но не прямо, а вот с крыла получается, куда идем. Another church. And we are already next to the Kremlin. Today we are walking here in the place where I never walked before. Usually I was just walking straight forwards all the way until Kremlin, but always wanted to show you this area too, because it's always like pretty cozy here, and many old churches, like authentic old Russian little churches. This is the street which is called, я думаю, что не Великая, не написано, написано Каберова, Власевская. Okay, if you will look at the map and you will find St. Petersburg, you will see that St. Petersburg is located in the confluence of Neva River and the Gulf of Finland, which is a part of Baltic Sea. If you will start moving all the way down the Neva River, you will get to Lake Ladoga. But from Lake Ladoga you can get to Volkhov River, and that's it. If you will go down the Volkhov River, you will see the town of Old Ladoga, and even more south from there, the town of Volkhov, the town of Novgorod. That's where we are. And you see, that's how the Rurik, who actually was a Varangian, bakery and sushi somehow. Okay, so look, Varangians, the Varangians, that's the Scandinavian people living in the northwestern Russia. Rurik was Varangian. And so I believe that's how from Baltics all the way through the Neva River. He came to Lake Ladoga, and then through Volkhov River, where we are, he came to Novgorod, where also we are. He came together with his associates Askold and Dir. And while Rurik decided to stay here in the northwest, Askold and Dir decided to go all the way down to the south, and they came to Kiev. And while Rurik ruled Novgorod, Askold and Dir ruled Kiev. And that's how historically, in the old Russia appeared to be two political centers, Novgorod and Kiev, so-called Kievan Rus. Look at this street art. Yes, this street art we can call as the coming of Varangians to Novgorod. Also, this is the reason why Russia used to develop in the same time by two different political weights, how to say, political systems. While Novgorod was a republic, because in fact Rurik came to manage the region by the invitation. He was invited. Initially he came as some kind of manager, okay, of an old Russian, not Russian, like Slavic tribes. While Askold and Dir came to Kiev, and they set in fact authoritarian power there, a monarchy, if I can say so. And we yet will come back to this. And this Stalinist administrative monumental building, that's the government of Novgorod region. Да, сейчас сюда перейдем. One of the bars, Zavod bar, what means factory. On the weekends, this bar is pretty busy. Yeah, I remember that. And especially on holidays. I remember how I wanted to get some meal when I was coming here for Christmas, and damn it, everything was booked. And that is the central square, Lenin Square. You see, Lenin is everywhere. Lenin, the leader of world proletariat and the founder of USSR. So come on. And that's the Novgorod Museum of Arts. Another monumental Stalinist building. The Novgorod Museum of Arts. Rachmaninoff, the lullaby of genius. Yes, Novgorod region was a lullaby for Rachmaninoff. That's where he was born. And that's why now in this park, in the continue of the Kremlin park, we will see the monument to Rachmaninoff. You see, the Kremlin park, it goes like almost all around the Kremlin, the walls of Kremlin. And Kremlin is already there. It's absolutely true old Russian Kremlin. The thing is, fortress, Kremlin means fortress, but not every fortress is a Kremlin, okay? So that's why, let's say, in St. Petersburg, the Peter and Paul Fortress is not called Kremlin, because architecturally, that's already not the Kremlin built in the beginning of 18th century. In 1703, Peter the Great came there and started the construction of Peter and Paul Fortress, together with Domenico Trezzini and Italian architects Lenin, Vladimir Lenin. Oh, look at that! The balloon! The balloon! I predict the questions. Is this the Chinese balloon? Hey, Sergey, is this a Chinese balloon? Kremlin Park. Look, the Novgorod lands, it's written here. And it's an old map. It's an old map of Novgorod lands. You see Moscow, Belozero, even Perm, you see. Yes, Nizhny Novgorod. Wow. You see, I told you, back in the days, the territory of Novgorod region was from Baltics and all the way to the Urals. Whoa. Yes, Novgorod lands, Novgorod's earth, Novgorod Republic. And that's where I already see Sergei Rachmaninoff. Always I recommend to start learning more about Rachmaninoff, at least from the Piano Concerto number 2. Piano Concerto number 2. If you have no freaking idea about Rachmaninoff and you would love to listen to, then believe me, Piano Concerto number 2, it's the way to go. Or Symphony number 2. You will be amazed, believe me. New York City Guns, thank you for the super sticker. Often here sounds the music of Sergei Rachmaninoff. They have the speakers here. Maybe they are not playing it now yet, but usually they are playing. Okay, Sergei Rachmaninoff. They really need to watch him off already. Looks like they were not washing it since last year. Sergei Rachmaninov. Yes, he's one of the greatest ever. Ever. Whoa. 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 You guys believe me? Oh, actually it sounds. But I don't know why not that loud these days. But look, there are the speakers here and there, the speaker. And now there sounds the Rachmaninov music. Ну чё, как вам? Вы это вообще видели? So, what can you say about it? We are in the real Russia. Well, what can be more real than Novgorod, where Rurik came and founded the state of Russia? I mean, technically, this town is 2 years older than Russia, because officially the foundation of Novgorod, 800, yes, 800, not 1000, just 859. And the Russian state was founded in 862, okay? And most of things we know about the old Russia is thankful to the so-called Novgorod letopisi, like year writings, what means actually just, you know, chronicles, okay? The Novgorod chronics, or should I say chronicles, I mean like where every single year they were writing down of what was happening in Novgorod lands, in fact in Russia. Tir, shooting range, cafe, shooting range for kids, Medavucha. Medavucha, it's an alcohol drink based on honey. Yeah, and Medavucha, you know, it's very pleasant to drink that, and you may not notice how you can get really drunk, because at first you're drinking and it's like, you know, it's pleasant, but then finally you realize how drunk you are. Also, it's a coffee shop there, and let me show you. It's like if ever you wanted to see like the most authentic Kremlin, Russian Kremlin, then this is it. And meanwhile, it's 8 o'clock. An ancient clock tower. All right, it's 8 o'clock. By the way, it's not that windy anymore, so I turned off the external microphone and we move further. So you see Kremlin, that's what it is all about, Kremlin. First of all, what is the recipe, if I can say so, or the basics of an old Russian Kremlin? Of course, it is founded next to the river. because back then, in the old days, the waterways, the rivers, the lakes, the seas were the main transportation arteries of, back in the days, okay? That's why, even still now, the sailors here in Russian language, they are saying we're not swimming, we are not plavem swimming, we are walking, because back then they were called like the roads, okay? So I mean the rivers were called the roads. That's why here in Russia they are still saying we are walking. Мы ходим. Мы не плаваем, мы ходим. You know? Okay. Next thing. Usually was selected the hilly place. So you see here already to have two advantages. Well, the advantage of like being next to the river, so it's like easy to park, from the river right to the Kremlin. In the same time, river is an additional an additional barrier, like against the enemies. Next thing, if it's, you see the hill, well, not only there's a tall walls of the Kremlin which you need to climb, but at first you need to climb the hill, okay? So you're climbing the hill, then you need to try to climb on the wall. While you see those holes there, that's a kind of artillery holes, the holes for the archers, like being there absolutely safe. While you're trying to race, they can, they can kill them all, okay? Tunuit and fire. Do you know of Kremlins which exist outside of the Russian Federation? Not sure about that. But thank you for the super sticker. Well, all the Kremlins that I know and which I personally visited, they all are on the territory of Russia. The real Kremlin. The entrance to the Kremlin here is always free. You pay only if you want to go to some museums on the territory of the Kremlin. There's the museum of the local history of Novgorod. There's also, you can go up onto the walls, and you can walk all along the walls of the Kremlin. And that's like, you need to buy the ticket, but it's all not expensive at all. Also, there on the territory of Kremlin now, there's the Philharmonic Hall, named after Sergei Rachmaninoff. They are playing the symphony music there all the time, of course, including the masterpieces of the great Sergei Rachmaninoff. All right. Meanwhile, the sun goes down. It's only 35 minutes to the sunset. Okay, you see? So it's repertoire, the schedule for the Philharmonic Hall. As you can see, the performances here goes all the time. Wow. Back in the days, here was the water. Which was also like the additional barrier in case of the attack of the enemies. All right, we enter the Kremlin. Right away, the building of the Philharmonic Hall meeting us. This Philharmonic now named after Sergei Rachmaninoff. The Museum of the History of Novgorod. And there's the eternal flame to the heroes of World War II. Glory to the Soviet Army, which is with a price of 27 million of Soviet people won the war against the Nazis. Sidi Eli, yes, I was coming here in the winter. I was coming here on Christmas, for Christmas. Музей письменности, the Museum of Script. Yes, scripting. I already told you that Novgorod left a lot of scripts, a lot of chronics, or should I say chronicles, about the life of old Russia. Lana S, thank you so much for the super sticker. Look, it's pretty lively today. It shows that today here is many tourists who came to Novgorod the Great, let's say from St. Petersburg, from Moscow. You know, now it's, you know, a long holidays in Russia because of the upcoming holiday of spring and labor, so-called May Day. And May Day, since the Soviet times, is a big thing in Russia. All right, and now attention please. This is the oldest Orthodox cathedral in Russia, Saint Sophia Cathedral, which is here already for over 1,000 years. The famous Saint Sophia Cathedral, designed in such an old Russian style. In front of Saint Sophia Cathedral, the monument to Millennium of Russia. Yes, look at this. It was opened here in 1862, exactly in the official year of Millennium to Russia. And look at this interesting construction. It is actually constructed of 3 parts. Look, the lower part, it's like a bell. It just symbolizes the authority of Veliky Novgorod, where we are. You remember I told you that when Rurik came here, he came actually by the invitation okay? And he founded the Republic, what means the authority of the people, some kind of real democracy back then, okay? But he came here also together with his associates, Askold and Dir, who decided to go further, way down to the south, and they came to Kiev. In Kiev, they actually started, you know, to rule in a more like a monarchy way. And in the upper parts from the bell, it shows, you know, such a, how to say, like a ball sphere, and that means the monarchy, держава. And the top part is an Orthodox cross, which just shows that almost from the very beginning, Russia was developed as an Orthodox Christian country. Well, back in 862, Russia was mostly into paganry, but since the 10th century, Russia was baptized into Christianity. It was done by Prince Vladimir. And here are the, how to say, like figures and images of the most significant people for all of back then 100 years history of Russia. Let me tell you that in 1862, Novgorod already was kind of provincial town, and for the place to get this monument was fighting Moscow, St. Petersburg, Kiev, but Tsar Alexander, he said, no way, no way. Historically, Novgorod was the capital of Russia. And that's why the Monument to Millennium of Russia have to be here. So that's it, Rurik. You see, that's Rurik. And Prince Vladimir, the Baptist of Russia with the cross in his hand. Whoa. You see that? So you see a lot of history, this monument telling us. And here is the Millennium, the Monument to Millennium of Russia, and Saint Sophia Cathedral are both in the frame of camera. Wow. Just imagine what a life was here 1,000 years ago. What events were happening here. Wow. literally the history of Russia was developing here. Here. Whoa. Whoa, guys. Whoa. Whoa. Shelly Vasquez, thanks for the super sticker. Thank you all for supporting the historic content like this. Well, and that is Peter the Great. Can you explain the difference between Ukraine and Russia? For my historical understanding, they seem to essentially be the same people. Well, let me tell you that, well, I probably now will call a lot of butt hurt now, but let me say that technically, how to say, Ukraine is a completely artificial state, because Ukraine was not even existing in the beginning of Russian history, and it was just means the edge of Russia, okay? Because it was in the very southern border of an old Russia, and that's it. And yes, it's the same people, Slavic people. Most of Ukrainians are still speaking Russian language, okay? But somehow, on a certain stage of the history, they all the time were tempted with the West, which tried to tell them that they are more Western than Russian, and that they have to be with the West, not with Russia. And even now, it's like a half of the territory of Ukraine. It's the territory of so-called small Russia and new Russia. And this is one of the biggest reasons historically why now there goes the tensions. Bell Tower. Well, you see, I told you that's one of the places where you need to pay for the entrance. Is just if, let's say, you want to go to take a walk all the way through this walkaway. You can walk all around the wall and watch the Volkhov River. And also the museum is located here on the bell tower, beautiful bell tower. The entrance to Saint Sophia Cathedral, by the way, it's free because it is still 100% the church. It's cathedral, it's not museum. Beautiful bell tower with several sections. Sweating sausage, do you think you will find an internal flame today? Man, rewind for about 7 minutes back and you will see the eternal flame. And now, ladies and gentlemen, Volkhov River, Volkhov Father, Volkhov. Yes, Volkhov, which is which was connecting Russia with the Europe. Volkhov gets into Lake Ladoga. Through Lake Ladoga you can get to Neva. Through Neva you're getting to the Baltic Sea. So now you will see a really significant place, and one of, in my opinion, one of the most truly Russian sceneries. That's it. Look, Volkhov River with its flow going to Lake Ilmen. Wow. So we are now exactly in a place where more than 1,000 years ago Rurik came. Rurik, imagine, he came here, right here. Rurik. He founded Russia here. And started the dynasty of rulers of Ruriks, which has went through the history of Russia for the next 700 years after that. For 700 years, the dynasty of Ruriks ruled Russia. Rurik, Игорь, Oleg, Vladimir, Святослав. Да. Ivan. That's the beach, by the way, the beach. In the summertime, people are swimming here. We saw that. So historically, this bank of Volkhov River, I mean the settlements on this part, it was called, this district was called Sofia side, and that was mostly the residential sides. People were living inside of Kremlin, okay? And the countryside, it was a trading site, or should I say trade site? Well, the site where they were making business. You have no idea back in the days how many vessels, the boats with the merchants from all over the Europe and from all over Russia were coming here with so many different goods that they were selling here. And you see there, we still can see that gallery, that arcade of the market. Back in the days, whoa, I believe it was really hard to find the parking lot for the vessel. I'm not sure if they already started the season of boat rides, but if you remember, for several times I was taking you here. We were riding all the way from here and all the way to Lake Ilmen. It's just 1 hour nice boat ride, and that's unbelievable. That's unbelievable. I recommend you all to take a ride when you will come here, because you will see the authentic old Russian places. By the way, I now see the man, the guy who I had a small talk in the gas station today. So you see, they also came from St. Petersburg just to take a walk in Novgorod. Dudes, really, it's harder to find more Russian scenery than here. from the historic point of view, because look, exactly here, the history of Russia, in fact, it started. Look, Volkhov River, which is going here in direction, flows in direction of Lake Ilmen, and if we will look there, it goes in direction of Lake Ladoga. Here is a pedestrian bridge, just a walking bridge. Hello, Tatiana Organova. I believe they already started season, and maybe just finished the final rides. They are riding longer in the summertime, but look, so now it already makes no sense to go, because in 15 minutes from now the sun sets. Yes, you will see now it will become dark already pretty soon. Okay, I saw the eternal flame. You need to get closer, sweating sausage. Yeah, excuse me, but maybe next time, because after all, I'm not gonna go back through the Kremlin. I think I probably will get to that bridge or something. So that's it. If you will go there, you will reach Ladoga and Old Ladoga, and then Lake Ladoga. If you go there, you will get to Lake Ilmen, and there's already goes all the connection with the rest of Russia. So look, Russia, Europe is there, Russia is there. You hear me? Is there the rain? Look. Kremlin. It's really not that good that today it's cloudy, because when there's no clouds, you remember what a sunset's here. Whoa, whoa. Last year, when we were coming here in the summer, I remember we once met such an unbelievable sunset. Wow, such an orangey, reddish, yellowish sunset. I still can't forget that. Да, великолепнейший Новгород. Unbelievable Novgorod. Wow. Wow. Вы просто посмотрите. Это невероятнейший вообще. Невероятнейший пейзаж. Невероятнейший Новгород. It's unbelievable scenery. Unbelievable history. I can feel physically how everything is absorbed with the history here. And that's the Russian tradition. When people marry, they lock the locks here and throwing the keys into the river. So it's like this symbolize how they lock their love. Just some kind of ritual. And here's a lot of them. So you see. Oh, somebody wrote down no love. There is no love. Okay, this is probably one of the girls or one of the boys who were just jealous to all these guys who found their loves and got married and came here and wrote down no love. So that site is called trading site. Wow, imagine 100 years ago, hundreds of vessels from all over Russia and all over Europe parked here and selling all the stuff from all over. And that's the 18th century kind of vessel. Meanwhile, here is now the TV center of Novgorod. It seems there's a restaurant now. Yes, I have no doubt there's the restaurant. Just like in St. Petersburg and such a ships, they love making the restaurants. Is Veliky Novgorod only a tourism attraction or does have other industries or functions? Of course. I mean, this is not just a tourist site. It's a historically full-scale town. I mean, 220,000 residents are living here. I mean, it's a very historic town by itself, but at the same time, it's absolutely independent town where people are living and working. That's the embankments, which is called Alexander Nevsky embankments. Светлана Николаевна, конечно, нет. Великий Новгород и Нижний Новгород совершенно разные города. You can check my stream. Вы можете смотреть мой стрим из Нижнего Новгорода. Новгород — это один из миллионников, Нижний Новгород. That is the monument to the girl chilling on the embankments. This is Ganza Park. If I'm not mistaken, it's called Ganza because, you know, Veliky Novgorod was a member of Ganza Union, the trade union. A big amount of the churches are located just in this park. And old churches, they are the reminders about a big times in Novgorod. The fountain is not launched yet, or maybe just already finished its work for today. So you see, only staying here we can see 5 churches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, in fact, this is church as well. Look, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 churches in this park, at least. You see? So it's a great reminder about big times in Novgorod. Так. 3 of them are under the renovation. This one looks fresh, so seems like was renovated several years ago. This one is under renovation now. The scaffoldings. This one also under the renovation, the scaffoldings. That one also seems like was under the renovation, and recently they are finishing the works. Look, looks now fresh, which is cool, Recently, for the last 3 years, I was taking you to already over 75 cities and towns of Russia, and it's like everywhere we go, the renovations and the developments of the public spaces goes everywhere, which is so cool. This is now the real renaissance of Russia. Oh, look, the scaffoldings there as well. I was here for the first time like 5 years ago, and back then here wasn't any renovation in Novgorod. Wow. That is the renaissance of Russia. Whoa. I remember just 5 months ago when I was coming here in the beginning of January for Christmas. I was able to walk here. Now it's the fence here, and goes the global reconstruction. Whoa. You saw this? Посмотри, можно было ходить еще буквально в январе. Сейчас вообще все закрыли, вообще все реставрируют. Это ренессанс. Это ренессанс России. Вот так вот.
Январе мы тут были?
Конечно, мы здесь проходили, вот помнишь?
В
Вот.
январе.
Да.
Я была тут?
Нет, я один тогда приезжал. Но можно было ходить. И в прошлом году, когда мы приезжали, там, по-моему, осенью, вот мы проходили между вот этими всеми церквушками. А сейчас вообще, видишь, везде вообще все закрыто, полная реставрация. Look, total renovation. Now everything is closed. You can watch my stream from January. I was walking here in between of these churches, but now everything under the fence and everywhere here is the scaffoldings. Wow. And this is so great. We will come here in a year and whoa, we will see everything will be so fresh, like a new here. Whoa. Вы только посмотрите. Это настоящий ренессанс России. Это настоящий ренессанс. Светлана, так вот, привезли, продали, и сейчас есть деньги. Yeah, you see, really, like, look at this tower. Look, it's really like required the renovation. But a big works are started. Yeah, or you better check the video from last year when we were here about the same time. You could see that no any scaffoldings. And now they are everywhere. All the territory are fenced. The fence all around. And they decided, wow, this is really great that they decided to renovate them all at once. Whoa. Вообще шикарно, я вам скажу. Вот это да. Это ренессанс. This is Renaissance. And things like this I saw all over Russia for the last 3 years of my active road trip. Also, as you know, now here goes a big federal program called like the development of public spaces. They have all those public spaces now everywhere. Мне надо срочно, 10% осталось. 10% of charge left. I need urgently to connect a frigging power bank. Что-то так.
Все?
Угу. Вот, смотрите. Вот, пожалуйста. Видите? Вот. Реновация. Это ренессанс. Вот сразу решили вообще все сделать.
А я с тобой приезжала сюда в июле, да?
Ну, мы вот здесь ходили, помнишь?
Всё открыто
Они,
было.
да, все было открыто, они такие стояли, ну какие-то в состоянии получше, какие-то похуже. А сейчас вообще, видишь, все закрыли. Все делать будут. Ну, уже делают.
Вон сбоку покажи, что туда вот.
And where we go now, it's also the scaffoldings. Whoa. Вот, потому что, look, because these buildings of the 19th century, they are renovating as well. Вот, посмотрите. Вот, смотри, freshly renovated facade. Вот, это отель now. The hotel. Look, the hotel. And the hotel is busy. Oh, it's called Rachmaninov Hotel. Rachmaninov, look. Nice cars parked here. Today they are staying here in the hotel. Came to have a great time in Novgorod. Well, initially that was the Smetanina house. Smetanina, that's the last name. Probably she was a merchant lady, 19th century, under the defense of the state. The architectural defense. Вот смотри, there is also the scaffoldings, another renovation. This building also looked like freshly renovated. Now here is the cafe. What's it called? Oh, it's called Jazz and Blues. Jazz and Blues. Отлично. Смотрите. Jazz and Blues. Jazz and Blues. Awesome. Awesome. Ну так взялись, пожалуй, я так понял. Конкретно взялись за Новгород. And you remember I told you that we saw how a year ago they were developing the walking street. I remember how we were walking there and everywhere there was, you know, the construction works, like the earthworks, everything was in mass. Now let's see what they did for a year. О, вот смотрите, look, okay. Look, what I see, absolutely. Refurbished streets, the sidewalk, the buildings. The parking for electric scooters, the scooter rentals. The first bars are already here. Mr. Piki Blin, Mr. Bake the Pancake. Vis-a-vis. Vis-a-vis bar. Посмотрите. Such a nice trash bins. Nice benches. Whoa. All the facades are fresh. Извините. Not many people yet. But let's see what will be here in the summertime and when more bars will come. Творческая мастерская, creative workshop, not sure what it is. Yeah, and look how small is this house. What's also here, they have the plants. Well, this is a really cool beginning. I mean, these streets just a year ago was all in a mess. I remember we were walking here around the mess because everything, everywhere the works was going. Ну вот, помнишь, мы здесь гуляли? Помнишь, мы здесь гуляли, здесь все было перерыто.
Ой, смотри, какие цвета, да, подобрали, нежный такой.
Да,
розовый, потом было
да. I the selection of the colors. She's saying these colors are really tender.
И это, смотри, какой цвет дома красивый. Смотри, вот все так красиво смотрится.
Вот lampposts.
Это как улица,
Что-то Ильина или Ильинка ли. Сейчас посмотрим.
очень.
Ильина. Ильин стрит.
Вот тут вы, родители, бы жили, да?
Преображенская церковь. Transfiguration Cathedral there. And right from it there's another cathedral. Znamensky Cathedral. You see another old Russian town with a giant amount of the churches. Atom bomb. I remember the street from past vid under construction. Yes, it was a year or 2 years ago. I really don't remember. But yeah, you have to remember the streets all in mass. But now look at this style. Look at this renovation of the buildings. Look at this awesome colors. Trash bins. Chairs, benches. Да, им надо больше баров. They just now need more bars. Well, not exactly bars, but like things to do.
Какой-то, смотри, дом, да, с табличкой там.
Ну, конечно. Но тут практически все такие дома. Тут вот видишь, как бы, this neighborhood is more like the 19th century neighborhoods. It was developed mostly in 19th century. So that's why here I see so many buildings in the style of 19th century. Maybe beginning of 20th century, but it's all pre-revolutionary here.
И вот именно вот так свет, да, падает, что-то.
Together with an old Russian churches, which are probably used to be here, yes, before the Russian Empire times.
Это, я так понимаю, детский садик, да?
Да. Kindergarten. I am not superstitious, so I don't care about this black cat crossing the street. Transfiguration Church, and there's yet the whole cathedral. How do you like it, dudes? I believe soon the time also for this Znamensky Cathedral will come to renovate.
Кстати, такая тишина. Машинки практически не ездят, да?
No.
Вот местные жители.
Look, it's really quiet here. Actually, the street is not blocked for car traffic, but it's just not many cars are driving here. They need more locals to know about this street now. Ладно, идем дальше.
Ливневки, да, сделали?
Да.
Ты помнишь, первая выпуска улица была?
Да.
А смотри, ливневки сделаны. И, кстати, они тротуары сделали, и вот где дорога.
The water drainage.
Так живут же люди, да, в такой тишине, в таком спокойствии.
Hello, Галина Брагина.
Вот как в деревне, да? Здесь себя чувствуешь.
Ольга Лазарева. Hello. No. Albina really loves how quiet it is. It's a great place to retire. They have a garden here.
Это уже, смотри, уже настоящий вид, да? Ничего себе.
Не в курсе.
Ну, по-любому не искусственные штуками. Вот своими руками. Я думаю, местные жители служат.
Nice wooden house. Сейчас мы пойдем на мост. Now for the first time we will go to the car bridge. So many times I was taking you to just that bridge, which is next to Kremlin, which is like a walking bridge. Now I will take you to the car bridge. I myself was never there. School number 4. That is school number 4. Четвертая школа. Да. Вот flowers. Flowers everywhere. Just the residents gardening. making the gardens of flowers. Yeah, like they do not grow potato there. Да.
Чувствуешь, черемухой?
Угу.
Черемухой запахло. Это вот смотри, когда липа будет цвести, это как раз надо в Павловске на липовую аллею, да?
Я так понимаю, что да.
Там будет прям такой яркий, насыщенный.
Meanwhile, it's 9 o'clock. And you see, I told you 30 minutes ago, I told you that pretty soon it will become dark. And that's it. Friday night. Мне кажется, у них еще есть что-то типа такого, ну, административного центра. Где-то какое-то есть еще место, где тусуются люди. Потому что тут как бы такая улица, какая-то улица, да, это такая улица, и ну, 200 с лишним тысяч человек. Тут по-любому достаточно людей, чтобы вот там тусить вообще нормально.
Телевышка, да, вот смотри?
Да. TV Center. TV Center. Вот, look, Novgorod's the town where you can just park the car on the roads and that's it. And you may not worry, it will be towed. You see, that's the advantage of small towns. Enough of place to everybody. Never a problem with parking. No tow cars. Quiet life. Так, ну давай сейчас выруливать, наверное, вот туда. Ну, давай здесь пройдемся. Здесь покрасивее будет. Там темно. Вот, you see also enough of parking lots
Вот покажи.
in the yard.
Руками жильцов, гуси.
Uh,
Два веселых гуся. Жили у бабуси. Два веселых гуся.
the people taking care about this little garden. Ну вообще можно так сейчас прямо идти, спуститься. Another hotel. It's called Bianchi. Oh, another church. You see, just a church in between of the building, just like in a courtyard. Нет, здесь еще не проходили. You see, here is more churches than even you can imagine. Столовая. It's like a cafe, Olivier, coffee shop. TV tower. That's their TV center. Another cafe there. Погнали. А я уже по привычке стою, жду. Нет. Когда там... Когда там зеленый нам покажет. А здесь вообще нету светофора. Dental Polyclinic. Что-то долго они свет не включают. It's already about the time to turn on the light.
9:05, 9:10
Ну, вот сейчас 9:06, 07.
Так, ну давай через 2 минуты включу. По щелчку.
I'm enjoying my quiet life, with one exception, Tuesday night live with DJ Baklykov. Okay, great to hear. Oh, look, another church. Whoa. But still, nothing can beat Suzdal in terms of the churches.
В этой части не ходили, да?
Ну да, сегодня мы вот вообще ушли, там вправо ушли от кинотеатра России. Потом мы сейчас вот сюда ушли. Ну да. Да. Зоомагазин, pet shop. Dogs. So, how you enjoy this? I wonder. I hope you really enjoy this. That's why we were driving for 200 kilometers today, just to bring you this amazing walk. Так. Вот. It's like here begins more busy part of Veliky Novgorod. Oh, look. Dedicated to Leninsky Komsomol. The Lenin's Komsomol. Nice mural. Yes, one of those Soviet murals. Mosaics. Komsomol, it's the Committee of Soviet Youth. Ah, yes, it's mall, торговый центр, trading center, Gagarinsky. It's a Gagarins. Okay, Gagarins. Так, идем вот сейчас сюда. Нам нужно понять, где пешеходная дорожка. Underpass. Сейчас на мост пойдем. Okay, now I'm gonna take you to the car bridge. The sunsets keep going there. Whoa. Which is pretty good for us. That chain store called Улыбка Радуги, the household chemics, the smile of rainbow. Oh, завод. There is the whole factory. The factory named after Lenin's Komsomol. The early Soviet Union vases. Nine-floor late Soviet buildings. Hello, Miss Gun. The sun still goes down. Okay, for the first time ever, I'm gonna take a walk over this car bridge. The bridge over Volkhov River. Воу, воу. Не, вот так пойдем. Давай вот так пойдем. Look at that reflection. А там, кстати, так видно не будет, как отсюда. The reflection of Kremlin in Volkhov. We have everything for that today. A quiet, non-windy weather. The embankments, Alexander Nevsky embankments. It's also like a great it's a great walk away from one bridge to another. I see there's many people walking on the embankments. And there also goes the continue of the embankments. It's called Alexander Nevsky embankment. Alexander Nevsky, the Prince of Novgorod. It's your mom, yes, it's beautiful. And look, here in fact now again we have the sunsets. Here in Novgorod, even the sunsets in the colors of Russia, look, red, blue and white. You see that? Здесь. Альбиночка, посмотри. Посмотри, здесь даже закат в цветах российского флага, так же как и в Тихвине. Same as in Tikhvin. You remember a week ago we were taking you to Tikhvin, and there also we saw the sunset in the colors of Russian flag. Whoa. Wally Estates, thank you for the super sticker. Everybody, thank you for supporting the channel. This is how amazing live streams are possible. Whoa, Kremlin.
Смотри, как лицо все выше.
Whoa. If you guys love it, please say whoa. Whoa. Yeah, William Lynch, Dominic Baylis, Turi Waterfield, Shelly Vasquez, Rez, Кошка. The book, yes. Whoa. Whoa. Вы только посмотрите. Да, да. Oh, there will be the lights. They turned on the lights. Не урони телефон. Rosalinda, Peter Kumar, everybody. Whoa. Good fella. Yeah. For fuck's sake. Look, here is a lighthouse. They have the lighthouse probably inactive now. All right, and now little by little we'll go in direction of the railway station where we have our car parked. the Russian flag. Да, но вот сейчас мы, представь, что мы идем, ну вот по центру. Мы просто сейчас, получается, справа идем в обратную сторону. Meanwhile, the time is 9:22. I think in 20 minutes we already will be on the parking of the railway station. And we'll drive back home another 190 kilometers. But it was worth it today. Veliky Novgorod, always worth it. Kremlin Park. Kremlin Park bus stop. House kebab. Kebab everywhere. Kebab and shawarma. Burger and steak. You see, you guys can get burger and steak here. William Lynch, thank you, Sergey, for the tour. Always welcome. We continue doing our best for you. And as you know, we now have our Moscow friends helping us. I'm talking about the Moskvich car. Yeah, look, the Moskvich. We have Moskvich for just like about a week, but we already were taking you to Tikhvin, Peterhof, Vyborg, Sestroretsk Swamp, now Veliky Novgorod. You see? I told you. That now we will doing even more trips special for you. Так, это что такое? Oh, this is the head office of the Ministry of Internal Affairs. So it's like the Ministry of the Police. Город воинской славы, Великий Новгород. Великий Новгород, the town of a military glory. That's what it's written there on the top of the building of this Stalinist neoclassical residential building. Yes, the town of military glory. 90% of the town was destroyed during World War II. But the people of Novgorod, they were standing. География, geography, hotel and restaurants and bakery. Роман Сидоров. Ты можешь посмотреть мой стрим из Нижнего Новгорода. Happy Victory Day! С Днем Победы! Yeah, the Victory Day is coming. One of the most significant days in nowadays Russia. The people of Russia and the Soviet Union stopped the Nazis with a price of 27 million of Soviet people. Мижган, Роман. Ну, если вообще просто так вот конкретно ребром поставить вопрос, конечно, Нижний поинтереснее будет, потому что миллионник. Да я вот чувачкам говорю. Okay, and look, that's how we returned to the monument to Sergei Rachmaninov, but just now from the other side. So you see, we are now like finishing our big circle around the historic city center of Veliky Novgorod. Давай сходим для интереса отсюда. Я даже вообще сюда пришел быстрее, чем ожидал. Погнали. Баскин-Роббинс. Baskin-Robbins, which is now called BR and Ice. Yeah, like Baskin-Robbins, also one of those companies which is rebranded, which is rebranded their places. By the way, today in St. Petersburg happened the opening of Zara, Stradivarius, and Pull & Bear, but now they called, you know how? Zara called Mag, Stradivarius called Dub, and Pull & Bear called Dub, Villet or Villet. Should I say Villet? It's V-I-L-E-T, like a Villet, or I guess it's pronounced as maybe Villet, no? Or Violet, I don't know. But the thing is, well, they all are reopened, so that's why, I mean, like for 14 months, they were not working, but they were not going away. They kept paying the rental and even the minimum salary to the workers. Yeah, because look, because I told you before that the virtue signaling is a virtue signaling, but 150 million market of Russia. It's 150 million market of Russia. And the thing about these brands is that in all the most significant malls of Russia, they have the most significant places. Usually it's like the first top floors, and pretty often it's like 2 floors, the first and second floor. So it's like a multi-level stores and the most significant malls. So the profits of those companies were enormous. And they were not living but kept paying their rental, because then they were realizing that even if they will want to return, they will have nowhere to return. Okay, because I mean, it only seems that here is a lot of malls in Russia, but if you talk about the most significant of them, not that much of them. And you talk about all those most significant locations inside of most significant malls, they are pretty limited. Okay, so I was wondering, like, hey, like okay, why they continue paying the rental? Oh, another church. Well, I guessed about that. I was guessing that. And when I told people about that, all the haters told me that I'm wrong. That I'm wrong. You see, after all, I turned to be right. It's, by the way, really interesting how the Russian so-called liberal YouTubers, they are making the videos every single day with all their extremely negative forecasts about Russia. And I did only one video in March 2022, the whole video with so many predictions, and all of them so far came true. In a moment when those guys are making their predictions every single day, but no one of them comes true. No one. That's because I am a true person, and those are just a con man. You guys need to understand, they are con men. All they want is just to exploit now a people's anger, the Western people anger, and that anger developed by the mass media, and that's it. So, and nobody care, I see nobody after all care, well, relatively nobody care that all those predictions never come true. Because this is, after all, what they wanted to hear, okay? And the thing is, after one false prediction and inside, so-called insights, there just goes another one, which gives a new hopes. That it will be like that, as those morons said. Так, ну нам надо вот здесь уже повернуть. All right, so we are really not far from you see, this is the railway station, and that's where it's the red circle. Yeah means I. So it's well, it means, well, on Yandex Maps it both means Yandex and also it means yeah. It's me. Yes, it's me. Мы можем и прямо пойти, кстати. Ну, да, наверное, лучше прямо пройти. Вот, look, again we see this historic earthworks. Look, earthworks. Back in the old days, they were making such an earthworks, which which were supposed to help to keep the defense.
Пройдем туда.
Там сейчас ничего не будет видно. Я прошелся, это надо было, вот знаешь,
Подняться и спуститься.
вот так будет лучше видно. Наталья Кривенцова. Hello. Hope you enjoyed. Hope everybody enjoyed. I use Yandex a lot. It's the best way to find anything. Hartmann von Duneberg. Well, I can say that for Russia, Yandex Maps is the best thing because, look, Google, like taking care about the maps of all of the countries, and Yandex taking care just mostly about Russia. So I know for sure from my own experience that Yandex Maps is way more detailed, and now they are working to make all their maps absolutely 3D. Yes, the beta is already done. The beta 3D. You can even watch the presentation. It's coming soon. It will be 3D maps, and of course Google don't have even it in a project for, at least for Russia. The police. All right, ladies and gentlemen, now on the intersection I just will turn to the left, and that will be already the final stretch to railway station and the parking. And they also have McDonald's, which is now called Tasty tasty and period. What means tasty and that's it. I don't know, maybe I will get French fries. I really don't want a burger, but considering now I will have another 2.5 hours ride, I think maybe I will eat some French fries. Okay, what do you think about it? Max. Oh, nightclub. I wonder why now on Friday nights it seems closed. Max nightclub. Что пятница закрыт. Ну, не знаю. Maybe it's still late. It's still early. It's only 9:40. It's only 9:40. Usually clubs beginning at 10 o'clock, 10, 11. Well, at least in Russia. So no, go for a Hungarian pork cold. Much better. Well, the thing is now here I'm gonna have an option of just going to McDonald's. If talk about like a fast foods, yeah, we saw many great restaurants here today, but we now just don't have time for going to the restaurant. Gas dealership, Gas, the famous major Russian factory, which is, by the way, located in Nizhny Novgorod. But you guys have to remember that Veliky Novgorod has nothing in common with Veliky Novgorod. Well, the only thing they have in common, they both are in all towns of Russia. Veliky Novgorod is already over 1,000 years, over even like 1,100 years, and 2 years ago Nizhny Novgorod celebrated 800 years. But still, both of them are really old. No теремок nearby, no управление, что это? Роспотребнадзора. Okay, this is a customer, the Russian customer care. You know what the Russian customer care? It's like, for example, look, you deal with the company or any business which is making some kind of, you know, services for you, or I don't know, selling the stuff, and you got a dispute, you got a problem regarding the service they gave you or the product they sold you, and if you can't find the solution just between you and the business, then you can address to the Russian customer care. Okay, it's like, hey, take care about it, take care about me as about the customer. I think they are violated my customer rights, and they are coming and they are checking who are really wrong. Так. Oh, look, This is a self-service car wash. I like self-service car washes. I think most of time it makes sense. To wash your car yourself, and to go to the regular car wash only when you feel like you need to wash inside, and that's when you better come to the regular car wash. But until that, well, just go for a self-service car wash in order to make the external wash of the car. And it's gonna be like pretty cheap. It's gonna be pretty cheap. Роксане Фролова. Чистый, просторный, исторически красивый город. Рад, что вы все насладились. Hey, I'm happy that you all enjoyed it. And that's it. There's already the railway station where we have started our live stream and where we have our car parked. Thank you all for watching today. Is water hot at car wash? Yes, they have cold water, they have hot water, and they have chemicals, and you can make your choice. You can set your options yourself. You can choose cold water, hot water, chemicals. So at first you can pour your car with chemicals and to wait for, I don't know, 5-7 minutes, and then you can just put it all with the water to wash out the chemicals together with the dirt. All right, one of 2 or 3 McDonald's is here. McDonald's. And the parking is right next to McDonald's. Next to McDonald's, there's the railway station. Next to railway station, there's the bus station. Okay, this is standalone McDonald's with drive-through, which we call just McAfter, now Вкусный.Авто. But I don't really like eating in a car, and when I can, I better go inside. Also, to say honestly, after almost 3 hours of walking, and before that 2 hours of driving, I wanna, you know where. I mean, you can guess that, where I wanna now. So that's why I will go inside now. Oh, hi, you guys must be tired. Well, tired, but I mean not like dead tired. It's, you know, such a pleasant fatigue. Just like the fatigue, nice fatigue after a nice walk in a nice town in a nice weather. So this is exactly where from I started the stream. There is the square with the monument to Alexander Nevsky, and that's how now, almost 3 hours after, I am closing this circle. I think there's a pretty regular cruise in that car, Mary. Oh, look, there's the suburban train. It's a Swallow going to St. Petersburg. So you see how comfortable it is. How comfortable it is to come here just by suburban train. Коуша. Не понимаю вопрос. 3 часа прогулки. Veliky Novgorod. The nighttime atmosphere. It's 5 minutes to 10 o'clock. I think the nightlife is just begins here. We saw the club called Max, and still nobody was there. All right, I really hope that you loved Veliky Novgorod. That's the real capital of old Russia. The town where Rurik came back in 861 and founded the state of Russia. Yeah. All right, Sergey Baklykov live from Veliky Novgorod, Novgorod the Great. Albina Baklykova.
Bye.
By everybody from Veliky Novgorod. And one more panorama. Прекрасный Великий Новгород. Now I will probably make another stream just from the car. Those who love such a live streams, you're welcome. Otherwise, see you tomorrow.
Да, обратно будешь стримить?
Bye, guys.